Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Got some exciting stuff planned today, but we won't be working outside at all because it is 3 degrees out. It's freezing, so everything's gonna be happening in here. So I guess I'll see you in there. All right, we're inside the trailer. It's thankfully much warmer in here. I've got my parts diagrams with me because it's been a few months and I don't know how anything goes back together. We need to pull the transmission out because it's kind of in pieces, so that's the first thing I want to organize because it's the most nerve-wracking, I guess. I don't want to mess that up, so we're going to get that situated, and then we're going to get the bearings in the case, and then have it all assembled. So let's get to it. We were able to save the position of most of the transmission, but some of the washers fell out when we split the case, so it's really important here that we make sure they all go back in the proper location, or we could run into some serious problems once the motor's already back together. Rides on these 2 channels. And then our other guy sits like this. We're gonna run it like this. Hopefully not lose any more parts, washers, anything scary like that. And then now we need to get the bearings in the case. This is what I was most nervous about, was these. Honestly, I'm nervous about the whole thing. I don't want to break it. I think that's good though. I think that's how it goes together. So we'll run it like this. Obviously, if we feel anything weird going in, I don't think there'd be catastrophic failure. I think it just wouldn't shift, or we'd have misaligned gears, which we should be able to catch beforehand. I think. Probably, right? Alright. Bearings on the motor time. We heated the case and froze the bearings, hoping they would just drop in place, but we did have to use a little persuasion. Perfect. Look at that. That's all the bearings. Sweet. And I definitely didn't break anything. Actually, I guess the only thing I broke was my finger. That's about it. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to make sure all the bearings are lubed before we install the transmission. And now that it's all set, I can drop the gear assembly into place and drop the shift barrel in. It's really important I put everything in facing the right direction. It'd help if I put it in the right way. I lined up the shift forks to the gears on the transmission and to the grooves on the barrel. When the barrel is spun, the forks will move side to side, changing the gear ratio. Alright. Hey, look at that, there we go. It should shift. It's kind of hard to turn. Alright. Oh, that's definitely, I can feel that's like 5th gear or whatever. Is it 5th? 5 gears in this? I don't know. If anyone out there is watching this, I don't know if it's 5 or 4 gears, but whatever it is, this is 5th or 4th. I have no idea. It still makes me nervous.
Satisfying to spin though.
I mean, yeah, it's fun to spin, but it makes me nervous. Like, I don't know, cause like on this bottom guy, it kind of locks up here, and I have to give it a little persuasion, I think. Yeah, then it'll shift, which I guess is normal.
Would it help to oil it up?
Maybe a little bit, which I guess when you are moving, when you're shifting, you have so much more leverage, like on the actual shifter, so you can actually really kick it into gear. It's probably me just being paranoid. There's no reason why I shouldn't be shifting. Oh yeah, like this guy down here, yeah. That was just having a hard time lining up right there. And now it goes. I think it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, because now that everything's lined up, all these teeth are lined up, I can spin it. No problem. And everything does its job. Alright, let's go grab that crankshaft from the freezer, and we can put that bad boy in. I love anti-seize. Alright. Case halves are going on. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Needs a little persuasion. I mean, it's spinning. That's gotta be good, right? We gotta do bolts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Nice. Alright, oh, we can flip this up now. Actually, one thing I want to do real quick is kind of clean off this sealant before it gets like really hard in here. I need to prep the piston by installing the piston ring and one of the wrist pin circlips. I can position the piston above the connecting rod and push the wrist pin into place and install the other circlip. Time to assemble the top end. I need to start by applying the RTV and gasket to the case halves. Then I can put the cylinder in place, which is one big step towards finishing this motor. So that feels pretty good. We just need to throw our gasket on real quick and our cylinder head, and then we've made some pretty good progress, I'd say. This guy's gonna go on just like that. This will drop on. All right. Yeah, this is looking good. This is looking really good. Alright. Dude, look at that. That spins good. Dude, that spins so good too. Yeah, now we got the whole clutch side to work on. We'll call it a day here, and tomorrow we'll start with the clutch. Okay. Dude, going to the gym and working arms today before this, that's a terrible idea. I'm so shaky right now.
You ready to finish reassembling this whole thing today?
Yeah, now this lines up here now, our mystery part. We made a short about this because we didn't know where this goes. We asked some people for help. This guy sits right there. It fell out when we were disassembling it, and we had no idea where it went. Oh, that was a good sound. Look at that. That was the scary part. It's interesting that there's no bearing in there when there's like a million other bearings, whoa, all over this motor. I guess it makes sense this is not really a bearing because it doesn't really do a whole lot of turning, or this shaft doesn't really. It's just a kickstart, so it only does like kind of like 90-degree turns whenever you kick it. Doesn't really need a bearing. It is just about time to install the clutch pack. Now, I didn't get new friction discs for this because when we disassembled it, we inspected each disc and they all looked perfectly fine. And I well, the most of the budget for this bike was allocated to all the external parts, like the frame, motor case, like everything to make it look really pretty. With this, I'm confident that these plates will be fine. So we are using the original plates. I'm not too worried about it. So we're gonna pop these in real quick. Make sure it's actually on right. Can't tell if that's sent all the way down or not. But it's not. There we go. Alrighty. Look at that. Nice and smooth. That's what I'm talking about. Woo-wee. This is our clutch side pretty much done. We're going to flip over to the case for it because we got to install the water pump right now. And then we can put the case on, and then that's just about it. Ooh, we got these crazy looking blue coolant hoses. I think it's gonna look insane against the black. I'm so happy with this color. So we can only get one of these on right now for the motor because it goes from the cylinder head to the water pump. The other one won't be on right now, but we're gonna get this guy on. I think it's gonna look amazing. Alright, so last thing we have to do now is we have to get the this flywheel on and the ignition system, but I have something really cool to show you guys. Something I tried out for pretty much the first time for the cover that goes here because I couldn't find a stock one or an aftermarket one that I really liked. So we're gonna go show you guys what I did. It was a challenge and I somehow managed to do it. It's really cool, so we're gonna show you that. Alright, so we're in the house now where I designed and printed this cover. Because like I said, I couldn't find one I really liked, so I wanted to make my own. The path that I took to get here on Fusion 360 might not have been the right one or the easiest one, but I made it happen, and I think it came out pretty good, so I'm really proud of this. So this is the first test print we did, so it's just out of like a PLA. The next one, like the final print, I think I want to do out of an ASA carbon. I'm not totally sure yet, I haven't decided. But this one, we're just going to, I have the gasket for it. We're going to throw the gasket on real quick. And we're going to bolt it on the motor and see how it looks. So I'm super excited. Let's get to it. But either way, I'm really excited to get this thing together. I've been working on vehicles for most of my life, and to finally have a full project of my own is really exciting. This build has been great so far, even with some of the challenges like working in a dirt driveway or in a camper. I'm really excited about putting the rest of this bike together and completing my first full custom build. We appreciate everyone that watches our videos and helps this channel grow because there are so many more projects we are really excited to share with you. We have a lot to do, but we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.